All right, so let's look at how to do a regression on Excel. So for the regression, you simply go to your data analysis tool and you click on regression. Okay. So now what you're going to do is you're going to do your Y input, which is over here. Then we're going to click on our X input, which is right here. Oopsies. And now here's some other things we need to look at. So I actually want to do, notice I click on residual plot so I can see my residual plot. And I'm also might as well get a line of best fit made for me. My output range, maybe it will just be easier to put this one actually on a new worksheet. Okay, so we'll put this on a new worksheet. Okay, there we go. So now they've made me a new worksheet called Regression, misspelled of course, and I have got these two graphs. I'll make them so we can look at them a little bit better here. Now let's look at what each of these things mean. So here we go. All right. So the thing that you're going to be really looking at here are your multiple r and your r squared. So let me highlight these for you. This here, the multiple r, is actually just your correlation coefficient. The r, the measure of strength. And then your r squared, we talked about this before, and that is the percent of variation in y that is accounted for from our model. So these are the two things that we really want to look at. We're going to skip all of this, and we're going to go over here to intercept and variable. And what these are is this is actually our equation. So this tells us our b naught, our intercept, and this tells us our slope, b1. So we now have kind of all the information we need. The other thing I'm going to want to do is, of course, check my residual plot. And I'm just going to look at it to see if there's any patterns that are there or if it's curved. It looks okay, so I feel like, all right, this is all right. Now let's look at our line of best fit. So what they have here is they've made two things. We've got our predicted y, that's what the regression line told us. It's this right here. And then we also just have the natural scatter plot of our original data. What I'm going to do here is let's put in a regression line. And when I go to put in a trend line, it's going to ask me, do I want a trend line for y or predicted y? Well, predicted y is the regression line, so that's where I want my trend line. And so now I even have a trend line in here, and I can start to work with this if I need to. All right? If you weren't sure what these two things are, you can just go ahead and display the equation. Oopsies. Not letting me do that here. So I'll go ahead and display the equation on the chart. And when you see this equation, you can see that the equation has all the same values as are right down here. All right, hope that's helpful.